Hey everybody, Dull Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, show you what's on my drawing table, yabba dabba da do. Let you know the Kickstarter is winding down this week. That's right. Go to batlanticbooks.com. This week, your last chance. So jump on the campaign, batlanticbooks.com. Thank you so much to everyone that's backed this campaign. It means the world to me. I'm so appreciative to everybody that's gone to Atlantic Books and helped us hit goal. But time is running out. So if you want to jump in, the books are happening. I can even show it to you. So the book is ready to go. We've hit goal. I just need your help to get these things paid for and shipped. So black and white, awesome interior art. I did everything. I write, I draw, created all these characters. It's all my own world, my own. There's some funny jokes. There's some scary, creepy characters. It's like a prison escape comic. This is volume 1, The Oppressors. It's called Escape the Crate. I think it's 96 pages, maybe. A bunch of cool stuff happens, but you're going to want to read it. It's really about like family. So I think if someone's like, well, what's the theme of it? Like, what are the characters? Why do they exist? What are they trying to accomplish? What are they trying to overcome? I'd say it's about family. And so that is The Oppressors. It's funded. It's on Kickstarter right now, batlanticbooks.com. Help us hit stretch goals. Time's running out. Ends this week. I was drawing this Red Hood drawing, and I was like, well, this drawing's terrible. I'm just going to erase it and start over. Because that's the great thing about pencils, kids, is they have erasers. I don't know where I heard that, but it's true. Pencils have erasers. If I'm not using the pencils eraser, I'm using this knees eraser. Yeah. So go to batlanticbooks.com right now. If you have any questions about the books, the campaign, crowdfunding, Kickstarter, ask away. Do my best to answer them. And I'm really excited how the books came out. They look great. Everything's ready to ship. I don't like to leave my supporters waiting. So the books are ready to go here at Batlantic Studios, ready to head out the door. Just need your help to pay for them. So that's why I do these campaigns, is to make sure I can afford to continue to print and ship comic books. So yeah, I wasn't happy with how this looks. So I'm just gonna do Red Hood and Batman. I have this great ambition for it, and my head's just not in it. Like I'm right now in the middle of doing my own creator-owned stuff, and this idea of switching gears and trying to draw a DC character, I just couldn't wrap my mind around it. So I'm going to continue to just kind of draw verses from the Oppressors. So I'll draw him like this, and he'll have his arm out. And I'm not going to be too super precious about this. Anybody knows my work, they know I don't obsess about all of the little sort of neurotic details. I like there to be a lot of movement and motion and action and then energy. So that's always what I go for. And if you like my work, please go to batlanticbooks.com. Help us hit goal, stretch goals. The books are happening. They're funded, and they're going to be shipped out to you just as soon as the campaign ends. The campaign ends this week. So go to batlanticbooks.com. And that's all you need to know. That's it. That's everything I can tell you. Other than that, it's raining here, which is fine. At least it's not snowing. It's supposed to snow tomorrow, but we'll see. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. There's no way to know. It's magical. So, hope everyone's doing well wherever you're watching from. And yeah, a lot going on with me. Been busy. Trying to stay happy and healthy. 5 or 6 inches. Elijah, where are you? Elijah, it's snowing for me. 5 or 6 inches. Oof. Yeah, I think here in sunny southern Maine, it's supposed to start tonight for us, I guess. I don't know. It's shocking how little I pay attention to things like the weather or the time of day. I'm pretty oblivious to all of that. Oklahoma has 5 inches of snow. Oh, Oklahoma. I love this game where we okay, Oklahoma is where exactly? In between what? This is another quiz Dylan on geography. Dylan Distraction doesn't know geography. I think Oklahoma is in the middle top. I'm gonna say next to Kansas. Am I close? Let's look it up. Oklahoma, U.S. map. U.S. map images. Here we go. All right, you are Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I have no idea where it is. Missouri. Oklahoma, below Kansas, above Texas. Cool. Above Texas, below Kansas. Yeah, you could have. I would have never got that. Never got that. It's kind of a weird shape. Kind of looks like a. Cleaver, like you're cleaving Texas. So that notch, like you're the notch. Sounds like Christopher Walken. You're the notch above Texas. Texas has a notch, and you're this notch above Texas. I did not know that. It's a funny strip that like Oklahoma has, where it's like, should we just stop right there? And they're like, nah, let's go all the way to New Mexico. So if you ever seen, I'll draw it. There's like this like handle, and that's like Texas, and that's Oklahoma, and that's New Mexico. And so they're like, should we stop there? No, let's go all the way over. The frying pan handle. Oh, the panhandle. No, that's not the panhandle. Is it? Is that why they call it that? Is that real? Are you kidding me? Is that why it's called the panhandle? I had no idea. I thought the panhandle was the Gulf of Mexico. That's blowing my mind. Oh, you just blew my mind. Elijah, my mind is blown. I'm going to have to reevaluate everything I thought I knew. That's crazy. The panhandle. Holy shit. I've been to New Orleans. Been to Louisiana. I think that's in New Orleans and Louisiana, I believe. Been to Florida. Been to California. Been to North Carolina. Been through Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York. Never been. Been to Chicago. Those are the places I've been, but only for conventions. I've never been to places for like fun. I don't know why anybody would go to Oklahoma for fun. What's fun in Oklahoma? Are there any cool things, conventions, or stuff to do? Oklahoma? I've never been. Got a nice shape, very pleasant looking shape. But no, never had a desire or need to go to Oklahoma. Unless there's a convention and someone wanted to invite me out as a guest. I'd love to go. Not much, to be honest. Yeah, I can imagine. Maine is that way in February. It's like, what do you do in Maine in February? Draw comics. There's nothing else going on. It's not like there's a lot to do. Try to be productive, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's just kind of how it is, I think, around a lot of the world. For fun, we go to Texas. What's how far is Texas? Is there like I don't know where Dallas is. Dallas is on the coast, right? Maybe or the middle. I don't know. Texas looks huge. I know a lot of people love like what's that place in Texas? People like Austin. Austin. People like Austin. Not that far away. 2 or 3 hour drive. Yeah. I'd love to go to Texas. Seems like there's a lot going on in Texas. It seems like a place where there's always people like, oh man, there's cool stuff in Texas. Like big conventions and it's like California of the South. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I do miss traveling kind of. There's parts of me that are like, oh man, remember going to conventions and seeing people and doing stuff, the good old days. Sometimes I think of that, and then I it, it's hard to not think about the before times with rose-colored glasses, right? You're like, oh, remember the good old days, and then you're like, wait a second, a lot of that was really hard and difficult, and I stressed out about it. It's like, yeah, but remember that time it was fun? And I'm like, I guess so. Was it? I think hindsight's 2020, where you always think of it as different than it was or better than it was. We tend to romanticize the past, like, oh, middle school was so great. And I'm like, was it? I think middle school was kind of trash. Wasn't it terrible? Guess I don't really remember. It's like, oh, high school was so great. Like, I don't think it was. I think I remember it fondly just because I'm not there right now, maybe. Enjoy watching the tornadoes. That's kind of a show to watch here. So, for real? Like, that's a thing? Not like the Tornadoes football team, like the Tornadoes WNBA team, but like an actual tornado, a tornado. That's fun. That would scare the crud out of me. I'd be losing my mind. I couldn't imagine seeing a tornado. I'd be crying. Wow, like a real tornado. That's nuts, man. Like storm chasing? I've seen that show. I've seen the movie Tornado with Bill Paxton, and the cow flies by. Twister. Movie Twister. It's called Twister. Helen Hunt. When a tornado goes by, we don't go to the shelters. We stand at our porch. Oh my God. Oh my God. That sounds horrifying. It's like people that swim with sharks. It's like, why? It's like best case scenario, nothing happens. So, no thanks. Hats off to you, man. Sounds scary. No, thank you. But who am I to judge? I like weird stuff. I'm into weird things. Really close to go to the shelter. Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah. That crazy, just the middle of the country's like, this is Tornadoville, right? Tornado Alley. It's like, oh, what's this part of the world got going for? Oh, just tornadoes. Oh, okay. Like, what's your major export? What are your? It's like, oh, it's just tornadoes. We export tornadoes and corn and tornadoes and soybeans. Corn, soybeans, and tornadoes. That's all we offer. Like, gotcha. Sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. You ever have a drawing where you just keep noodling away at it, and eventually you just give up? I might be there with this drawing. I'm so used to working digitally now. This idea of working traditionally is just kind of daunting, and I'm like, all right, guess I'll just keep drawing it then. I see these guys who do these cover artists, Art Adams, who are some others? There's so many incredible cover artists that just do covers. And you're like, oh, how are they able to come up with compositions that are interesting every time? At some point you'd just be like, oh, I gotta draw the character jumping at the camera again. Art Adams is always able to make something interesting out of it, though. He's been doing it for 50 years and still crushing it. So he's figured it out, however you do it. Covers are probably one of the more difficult things to get consistently good. I prefer doing sequential pages at this point. I never thought I'd be at that point where I'd say that, but I really enjoy the trying to figure out the storytelling. I should do more compositional stuff on the covers. I could do like panels on the covers. You know who does a great job? Dave Johnson, Devil Pig. He's always got these really graphic looking covers. His stuff is just so good. You see his work and you watch his. I mean, you knew that guy was going to be hot shit when he was doing Super Patriot back in '92. You're like, oh my god, it's still just crushing out covers. Yeah, Dave Johnson, Art Adams, or some others that I just love their covers. I think those are probably my most recently the best ones going. Just kind of looking at my bookshelf, seeing if anybody else jumps out at me. Nah, those guys I think have it pretty much down. Dave Johnson ever did a Kickstarter, just like cover gallery collecting his stuff. I don't know why he doesn't have one. Does he have one? Dave Johnson sketchbook. He does. 2006. Here's a sketchbook. I might grab that. Wonder if he has like a collection of his covers. Maybe. I was looking up. Sorry, got off on a tangent. When you draw, who is your inspiration for your favorite artist? Oh, Badiboo. Jim Lee has some really cool X-Men covers. Yeah, no, Jim Lee is definitely one of those guys. But his covers I think are great. But let's look at Jim Lee's work. We're talking about Jim Lee. Let's look at Jim Lee's work. Let's look at Dave Johnson's work too. I got it right here. All right, so. So when I'm talking about Dave Johnson, I'm talking about 93 Dave Johnson doing Super Patriot. Oh man. Like that's just bonkers. Right? Bonkers. Love this stuff. So, and how we did tech, right? How he's doing all these little textures, real slippery, smooth line, right? Really fantastic work. Just so good, right? All these are great. Great. So I love that. And then if we're talking about, I mean, heck, let's start looking at some old books. All right. Brigade, Jeff Matsuda. Brigade. Marat Michaels, Norm Ratmund. It's a crazy one, Marat Liefeld. Gotta be careful not getting your name chopped off. Paul Scott. Cool. Marat Michaels. Classic Liefeld, big face on the cover. Ooh, Jay Lee. So good. Team Youngblood. This stuff's great. Love it. Chap Yap. Pardon me if I'm mispronouncing anyone's names. Ooh, I love that Liefeld cover. Strike File. Strike Force. So if you're like, geez, what's your inspiration for the oppressors? I don't know. Maybe this. Maybe 90s image team books. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I got those right next to my drawing table as I'm creating comic books. So if you're like, geez, what should we, where should we look for your inspiration? There. But if we're talking about Jim Lee, I got this poster book. And these are kind of fun ways to see their work. There's a bunch of good stuff in here, but Jim Lee's stuff is consistent, phenomenal. But really, I think this is a book of Scott Williams' work, in my opinion. They're just such a team, such a duo. It's a lot of the character, full figure of the character standing heroically. If you're looking for a guy to do full figure or knees up of a character standing heroically, Jim Lee is your guy. Figure standing heroically, large face. Figure smooching, large faces. Figure standing heroically, large face. Figure smooching, characters jumping, figure standing heroically, figure standing heroically. Two figures standing heroically, figure standing heroically, figure standing heroically, figure standing heroically. I love it. Definitely has a thing. And it's great. I mean, it's great. But you're not going to get, like, Dave Johnson's always coming up with something new, right? Every time I see Dave Johnson do a cover, I'm like, how did he come up with that? And Art Adams, same way. I see Art Adams stuff, and obviously, Jim Lee's an Art Adams fan. But you see Art Adams cover work, and you're like, wow. All right, I'm gonna do more graphic elements on this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't really thought about it. Congrats on making goal. Hey, thanks so much, Jason. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing and supporting. And yeah, I love Dave Johnson's rendering. You were killing me, Schmalls. Yeah, so my campaign currently running right now on Kickstarter. Go to batlanticbooks.com and got a bunch of fun stretch goals. I'd love to hit more stretch goals. So definitely, if you can, go right now, batlanticbooks.com, chip in, help us hit some of those stretch goals, and I really appreciate it. I think the work I'm producing currently is my best work yet. I'm super excited for people to get it. I think it's going to blow you away. It's just the best stuff ever since sliced bread. It's the greatest thing you'll ever see. It's phenomenal. It's going to blow your mind. So go to batlanticbooks.com right now and grab a reward level, grab multiple copies, grab anything you want. I got a bunch of stuff available. batlanticbooks.com. And yeah, Dave Johnson, I think we talked about. So cover artists, I think, are great. Tyler Kirkham's always doing really awesome stuff. Who else? Dave Finch is primarily just a cover artist at this point. I don't know if he's doing anything interiors. I haven't seen any interiors. It'd be cool if he did. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Dave Finch fan. I'd love if he was doing interior work, but I don't think he is. Maybe he's doing creator-owned interior stuff, but he hasn't shown any of it. So yeah, I saw Dave Johnson at a convention when I was years and years ago. One of my first conventions ever. I'm like, hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm a comic book creator, and he was like, don't bother, or something like that. And I was like, okay, see you later. Very nice guy, but definitely. I was like, yeah, I want to make comic books. He's like, okay. Yeah. But love his work. Other great covers. Greg Capullo has done quite a few good covers. I always love with Greg Capullo, it feels like he's not the kind of guy, I don't know him, obviously, but I feel like his covers, just like his interior comic book work, doesn't feel very precious, right? I always see his pencils and I'm like, oh man, this guy's just going for it. There isn't a lot of thought. I'm sure there's thought and you run him on instinct, but I never feel like he's going to overwork something. I feel like he's going to just get it done. Jock does great covers. Love his covers. Paolo Pantalena does a lot of great stuff. Similar, sort of consistent. He's got a thing, but the thing he does is real good. So I think it's good to have a thing. Good to have a thing people know you for and that you can pull off consistently. You know what, though? Just me looking at some of those other artists' work, like I feel like it's helping me and changing my pencil, right? So sometimes all it takes for me is just changing my pencil. I was using this pencil and I just wasn't feeling it. I was like drawing and I'm like, I'm just not feeling it. And then I switched pencils and I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is much better. And then looking at other artists' work helps me to be like, oh yeah, it's doable. You just got to keep going. Don't give up. Oh, and go to batlanticbooks.com right now because my Kickstarter, let's do a Kickstarter update. Let's see where we're at. We are currently at 38 wonderful backers. Thank you, 38 backers. You could be the 40th backer person watching me draw right now. Be the 40th backer. Be the 39th backer, and then the 40th backer. And then let's see if we can get to 40 backers. That'd be cool. I'd like that. Time's running out. Better hurry up because it's ending. So go to batlanticbooks.com right now and be the 40th backer, the 39th and the 40th backer. And I'll be really appreciative. Super, super appreciative. I like penciling really rough. That's another thing I think Greg Capullo does really well. Is it's really energetic, loose pencils. I think Eric Larson's done some really great covers. Who else? I always feel bad when people are asking me like, "Oh, what artists are you looking at? What stuff is it?" And I always am like struggling to come up with my most recent best thing I'm enjoying, and then I get off doing a live, and I go, why didn't I say Eduardo Rizzo or I'm just looking around. It's not a lot of great cover artists. Andy Kubert has done some really nice stuff. Just looking at my absolute flashpoint. Yeah, cover artists, it's hard. Cover artists are hard. So this is my character versus for my creator-owned comic book series, The Oppressors. My loving homage to 90s team action books like Youngblood, Brigade. I say they're chromium comics for a modern audience. So if you like Youngblood, Brigade, Bloodstrike, check out my work at battleanticbooks.com. I think it's super good. So definitely go grab a copy and help us hit a stretch goal. Right now. Go right now. battleanticbooks.com. Rawr, rawr. Yeah, I've only got a little while left to go on this campaign. So if you haven't yet gone to battleanticbooks.com and grabbed a reward, you're running out of time. So go to battleanticbooks.com right now. And I'd appreciate it. I think you'll appreciate it. Do yourself this. Do yourself the best thing you could do. And go get a reward at battleanticbooks.com. This pencil, the graphite is so firm. I think that Jim Lee uses these sort of. I don't even know why I have this. Oh, is this a 0.5? It's like, who's going to draw that small? It's super tiny. Yeah, I think Jim Lee does that. It was just like a million lines. What's the time for that? I don't have the time for that, Jim Lee. Come on. Come on, Jim Lee. Yeah. Pencils. Pencils are too small. So yeah, any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to draw this. I'm going to ink this up. I don't think I'll link it up today. Maybe I'll link it up tomorrow. This will be the cover for the next Oppressors comic, which will be coming to Patreon later this year, I'm thinking. Which is my Patreon's makecomicschool.com if you want to check out my Patreon. But this won't be done for a while. I'm going to pencil really tight. Sometimes I do that. Not always, but sometimes. I don't think I penciled real tight with this pencil. This pencil feels real. It's tough time of year. You know, it's so dry. The paper is just like rock hard. And so trying to draw on it, it's just like get a real soft graphite. I take this graphite out, put the softer graphite out. Yeah. Yeah, the problem about having real firm graphite is that it'll start to dent the paper. And then if I go back over and it'll just be like hitting all these grooves. I'm not super particular about it, but it is aggravating. So I'll probably switch up this graphite to something softer. So I got my bag of tricks here. Thanks. I got a 2B and an HB. A 2B and HB. 2B or not 2B. I'm going to switch it up. So these are the graphites. So this has it's got a removable graphite, so you can load it with whatever. Let's try the Uni Mitsubishi HB. Stop it. Open. Ooh, it's a lot longer. That's going to work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it works. Let's see if that's better. Oh, God, that's so much better. That's night and day right there, kids. I can actually see the line I'm making. It's a relief. So, yeah, if you're like, oh, what's the difference between graphite? That is the difference between graphite. It's a massive difference. So much smoother. Look at that. I can like lay down lines. And those are both HB. That's HB in these because it says it's number 2. But just the graphite that comes in it is just such trash. It's like you just won't be able to make a mark. It's actually pleasant. It's actually pleasant now to draw comparatively. So a few moments ago, where I was like, I can't. The line's no working. Why you no working? So yeah, batlanticbooks.com. If you want to support my work, you could be the 40th backer. You could right now. You could be backer number 40. Run right now to batlanticbooks.com. Grab a reward and enjoy. Sit back and relax, and my work will come to you. It's that easy. And I hope wherever you are, you're safe and happy and healthy and doing what you love. I wish that for everyone. So that's my hope for you, person on the internet watching me draw. Hope you're happy and healthy and living your best life. Que delicia! I don't know what that means. Falso Apollo. Brazil, alligator love. Falso Apollo. Bueno, bueno. Muchacho. El Diablo es gordo burro. Mi casa es su casa. Pequeño. El Chupacabra. I'd love to go to Brazil. Occasionally I have people on that say hi from Brazil. I'm big in Brazil, also. Just saying. Any people, any convention, any conventions want me down in Brazil, just say the word Brazil and I'll be there. All right, I'm gonna probably keep penciling this later this weekend. I got other stuff to do. Ciao. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please go to batlanticbooks.com right now. Help us hit a goal. Rapa num te enuando nada que o se ta falando. I don't know what that means, but right back at you, Falso Apollo. Appreciate everybody watching. Go to batlanticbooks.com. And hello, everyone in Brazil, my Brazilian brothers, my friends in Brazil. El Brasilia. Is that how you say it? Los Brasilia. Appreciate all of you. I'm so thankful to everybody that enjoys and supports my work. Go to batlanticbooks.com right now. I'm going to draw on this so I know that this is the one with the Mitsubishi in it. I'm going to do that. Just put a dot on it. It's this one. This is the one. batlanticbooks.com right now. Ciao.